Let's look at this set now. In a summer camp, 10 events are organized, which are categorized among 5 groups: adventure sports, motor sports, water sports, underwater activity, and extreme sports. Each of adventure sports, motor sports, and water sports is evaluated out of 100. So adventure sports is out of 100, motor sports is out of 100, and water sports is out of 100. Events of underwater activities are evaluated out of 50. So 50 each. This is 50, this is 50. And extreme sports are evaluated out of 200. So this is 200, this is 200. The final score of the student is calculated in the following manner. First, the group scores out of 100 are obtained by averaging the points in the events within the group. So for adventure sports, you find out the sum and you do it by 3. For motor sports, you take the standard. For water sports, you take out the sum divided by 2. For underwater activities, you simply do the sum. And for extreme sports, you do the sum and divide it by 4. So this is sum by 4. This is simply sum. This is sum by 2. This is simply sum. And this is sum by 3. Okay. The final score is the simple average of the group scores. Okay. The cumulative sum of points for each student is the sum of points in all the events. So cumulative sum is simply summation of all the numbers in the table. The data for the top 10 students is given below. Some data has been intentionally removed from the table. So if you pay attention, there is one, this one here, and my extension, this one here, and this one here. These are the 3 things that are missing. Among these 3 things that are missing, for G, we can most definitely calculate the final score because every other input is required. Input required is given to us. But for B, we can't calculate the final score because this is missing. Okay. Let's see further what the question demands of us. If B and G have the same final score, find B's points in swimming. Okay. So now we have to figure out B and G's final score. For G, see, the final score is simple average. Instead of worrying about simple average, I'm looking at sum only, because if the number of events is identical, the simple average is obtained by sum by 5. So I will only look at sum in order to get to my number. For G, in adventure sports, the average turns out to be 94. Then in motor sports, it is 92. Then in water sports, it is 94. Then in underwater activities, it is 88. And then in extreme sports, it is another 94. These are the scores that G gets. Okay. Now for B, the scores that B gets, 92, 86, 95. 2 more, 5 more, so 7 more, 4 less, so 3 more. So in the first adventure sports, it has an average of 91. Then it has 92. Then for water sports, I don't know what score it should be. Then for underwater activity, it should be 92. And finally, again, 94. Now we are told B and G have the same final score. So summation should be same. 94, 94 is same. 92, 92 is same. So it doesn't really matter. These are equivalent. Here I get 4 more. Here I get 3 more. So if I cancel it off, 1 more, I should be getting an average of 93 in water sports for B. If I'm getting an average of 93, in water diving, I already have 94. So in swimming, I should get 92. Or the answer to the first question is option B. Okay. If D's cumulative sum of points is increased by 20, such that he has maximum possible final score, then find the maximum possible points that D can have in water diving. Okay. Now let's look at D. Who are the people? Who are the people, or which are the sports, which are the groups in which increasing would lead to maximum possible final score? Maximum possible final score would increase in motor sports and underwater activity, because can you see the averages obtained here are simple sums. So if I have to increase it by 20, in D I will increase motor racing by 2, And underwater activities, I will increase this by 7. I will increase scuba diving by 7, and I will increase fishing by 8. So 17 marks are already increased. 17 marks are already increased. 17 by 5 gives me 3.4. My overall average has already increased by 3 by 4. My overall final score has increased by 3 by 4. Now, the next group that I would want to increase is swimming or water diving, because this is S by 3, this is S by 4. So for water sports, oh, sorry, for water diving, if I want to increase, I can only increase it by 3. 17 increase has already been taken care of. So I can increase this by 3. So the maximum possible points that D can have in water diving is going to be option D, 96. Next, what can be the maximum possible increase in cumulative sum of points of I such that his final score increases by 2? If his final score increases by 2, his overall summation, this is for I, know, if his maximum possible increase in cumulative sum of points of I such that his final score increases by 2. If his final score is increasing by 2, the group that I would want to populate first is extreme sports. So here I can have, see, final score increasing by 2 means sum of groups, sum of points obtained in groups increasing by 10. 5 groups, average increasing by 2, so sum increasing by 10. So here if I do a plus 18, and here if I do a plus 10, it gives me plus 28. So plus 28 divided by 4. This leads to an increase of 7. This leads to an increase of 7. I've increased my cumulative score by 28, and my mm, final score summation is increasing by 7 only. The next group I would want to increase is adventure sports. Next, because after S by 4, the lowest impact on final score is given by adventure sport. And adventure sport, I have to do S by 3. So the sum that I can increase by is 9 by 3. So 7 from here, 3 from here. Sum of groups will get increased by 10, or the final score will increase by 2. So 28 plus 9. The maximum possible increase in cumulative sum of points of I such that his final score increases by 2 is going to be option A, 37. So this is also done. Last question. Prior to that, I want to erase stuff within the table. Next, if C's cumulative sum of points is increased by 32, then which of the following statements is definitely false? Which of the following statements is definitely false? Let's see. His cumulative sum of points increased by 32. His maximum possible final score can be 97.4. Let's see if that is true. His maximum possible sum of points will be how much? For C, I want to maximize. So the first groups that I increase are motor sport and underwater activities. So plus 6 here, and then plus 1 here, and plus 2 here. 9 already increased. Out of 32, 9 is gone. 23 is left. Now for 23, I will first increase here in water sports. SS have been taken care of. Water sports now. So plus 6 plus 2. Increase that has happened so far is 6 plus 3 plus 8 by 2. 6 plus 3 plus 8 is 17. Now 15 more I have to do. Let me do that in paragliding. So 15 by 3, his total score will increase by. So I get 9 plus 4 plus 5, or 18 more I can get, or his final score will increase by 18 by 5, which is 3.6. His current score is 93.8. I can increase it by a maximum of 3.6. So this will turn to 4, 7, and 9. So yes, this statement is valid. His maximum possible final score can be 97.4. This is valid. Because the statement is valid, this cannot be the answer. Because the statement is valid, this cannot be the answer. Okay. This was just the working for the first statement. Let us now go. His final score can increase by exactly 2 points. Exactly 2 points means, again, sum of groups increases by 10. If sum of groups have to increase by 10, Even if I gave all 32 points here, even if I gave all 32 points in adventure sport, the increase will be greater than that of 10. So I can't give all points to adventure sports. I need x plus y to be equal to 32 and x by 3 plus y by 4 to be equal to 10. The equations that I'm forming, or x and y, what do they represent? X is the increase in some of the adventure sports, and y is the increase in some of the extreme sports. So let us see if this can be accomplished. From here I get 4x plus 3y is equal to 120. And from the top one, I can go 3x plus 3y is equal to 96. This gives me x is equal to 24. X is equal to 24. Can I have an increase of 24 in adventure sports? I can do plus 18 here. I can do plus 6 here. So the increase would be 24 by 3 or 8. And then let me see, can I do an increase of, if x is 24, y will be 8. I can do plus 8 here. So 8 by 4 is 2. So yes, sum can increase by 10. And therefore his final score can increase by exactly 2 points. This is also true. This is also true. And therefore this is not the answer. Next statement, C's final score can be the highest among the given students. Now, the highest possible score that C can obtain is 97.4. Is there anyone greater than 97.4 right now? No, there is no one greater than 97.4. The only thing I have to check further is, oh, no. I have to check if G has a score higher than 97.4. Let me check the work for this is definitely lower than 97.4. None of the values are exceeding 97. So C is definitely beating this G fellow. C is definitely beating this G fellow when he reaches 97.4. And given that D score in swimming is not known, if I turn this into a 0, this is entirely gone. So yes, C can have the highest possible score among the given students. This is also valid. And therefore, this is not the answer. By extension, what is left is option D. C can have equal average score in all groups. Let us see if that can be accomplished. C can have equal average score in all the groups. Let us try to work our magic for C in all the groups. Right now, C's average score in every group, let me see. I have 93, 82, 92. So 2 more, 3 more, 8 less, so 1 less. So first group is 89. Second group is 94. Third group is 96. Fourth group is 97. And the last group is 93. Okay. Now see, 97 is the highest. Because 32 marks are being increased, I cannot bring down 97. So let me try to get every group up to 97. In order to get 93 up to 97, I need 16 more. Because 16 by 4 I need. So I use up 16 here. This stays as it is. 96 is in water sports, no? So in order to get to 97, I need 2 more. I need 2 more. And then rock climbing, motor racing, I need 3 more. In order to get this to 97, this is by 3. In order to get this by 97, I need 24 more. How much is this turning out to be? 24, 16 is 40. I need 45 at least more in order to get everything to 97. And I cannot go below 97. I cannot go below 97 because 97 was already accomplished in underwater activities. So because I don't have 45 available, the increase was only of 32. The answer has to be option D. This is definitely false. C cannot possibly have equal average score in all the groups. And that is the entirety of this set. Now, while doing this, hopefully you realize I have a distinct advantage. The distinct advantage being this table is already created for me on the screen on which I can write. If you were doing it in the exam hall or if you were solving it yourself, give yourself the liberty or forgive yourself if it took you longer time than what it took me, because I have the ability to write on screen. I have this table created in front of me right now. When you are doing it, you're doing it in your notebook. You will of course not recreate this table in entirety, and it will take you longer time than that. And it is fine, because this question deserves number manipulation, and this is the sort of thing you can potentially get in CAT. That will be all for this.